So let's continue to build out our website. And usually with websites, I usually like to, depending again on how you're building out your website, we like to have a full container of the website. And I usually do something that just kind of wraps around the entire HTML code, and this allows us to build out more responsive websites as well. And also set more fixed width websites. So we do something called wrapper or container, and the idea of this is that it wraps around everything and contains that entire content. So now if I wanted to set my wrapper, so in my styling, if I want to set a fixed width, or if I want to do something like a max width, I can do something like that. And this is a much smaller screen, so let's do it like this and do a border around it. So now we can see what our website is actually going to look like with our wrapper, and maybe I'll set a minimum height for this as well, and set a minimum height of 200 pixels. So no matter what, our website is going to have a max of 280 and a min of 200, and so that's where we've got our preparation to build out our website. And of course we're going to have to change this as we progress. So one of the things within the header, so typically you're going to see the header, so maybe a company name, so just do something like my company and close off that H1. So this is typical header here, and then in the navigation area you might have a bunch of hyperlinks here, so just do href, and the first one will just be going to, so we're not going to define where they're going to yet. So maybe this is going to the home page, and then I'll have another one that's going to our About Me section. So most websites will have some About Me section, and I'll have another one that's maybe going to some products or something like that, products or services. And then lastly, we typically do want to have a contact area for users to be able to contact us. So this is our navigation, and a bunch of hyperlinks in there all ready to go. And then in here in our section area, so this is where we would add in some of our content. So sometimes this might be presented as article, sometimes it's maybe our section. So again, depending on how we want to present that that content. So I'll just keep it as a section, and then within the section maybe I'll have an article or something like that, or I'll just have more sections within there. So section, and then close that section off. So I'll have a whole bunch of sections within my main content area, and then in here I just got a bunch of just content. So maybe I'll have two sections in here, and then I've also got a side area here where I'm going to have a little bit of content. So this is a side menu. So of course we're going to still have to style this, and then a footer for looking and company name, and maybe we'll have some copyright or something like that down there. So now we've got a very basic typical website, the way that it's going to look, and we've got all of the semantics set up. So we're all ready to go with building out our and applying our CSS styling. So what we're going to do in the next lesson, I'm going to take this out, I'm going to bring it into the editor, and we're going to start building out our website from what we've learned about our HTML tags. So that's all coming up in the next set of lesson. And then of course we're going to apply some styling and actually make it look like a website instead of just a bunch of text. So that's all coming up in the next set of lessons.